It is great to see such a representative group of students. I see all grade levels here. I see our senior class officers here. Thank you guys for living up to the leadership mantle. Absolutely. And I see many of my 7th grade friends here today, which is great to see as well. And we are happy to have you here as well, because this is your school for the next 5, 6 years, or more, hopefully not. I'm just going to talk to you briefly about a little bit of our background for Respect Initiative and give you a preview. Thank you for the musical accompaniment. And I'm going to give you a quick preview of what these workshops are going to cover today and really what the rationale is behind being here. So I will have you to class on time, believe me. So, welcome. It is great to see, again, such a great representative group from the BLS community. And I don't use the word community lightly. We are a community here. 2,500 of us share this relatively small space every single day. And in many places in America, that would be considered a moderate-sized town. So literally, we are a community every single day. And a little definition of community is a group that comes together for a common purpose. You know what this school is about. You earned your seat in here in 7th or 9th grade. You're held to a higher standard. You hold yourselves to a higher standard voluntarily. In training to become leaders when you graduate from here and you go out into the wider world community. And so that's what we dedicate ourselves to every day, developing those skills, making sure we take care of our business, making sure we take care of ourselves. One of the best parts about this community, having been a member of it myself since 1992, is that we take care of each other here. We understand the unique qualifications it takes to get through here. We understand each other and we look out for each other. And that will continue after you leave this place. Many of us standing in this room today are graduates. We've returned to work here. We've returned to volunteer our time here. And I think you'll do the same. So it's a special thing to be part of this community. And so, when we're faced with a problem, as a community, we come together and we strategize on how we're going to address it together. And so really that's the purpose for our being here today. We call it Respect Beyond Bullying because you hear the term bullying a lot, not just in this school. It's become a cultural buzzword. How many of you have heard about it on the news, read about it in the papers, seen it posted somewhere, bullying this, bullying that? Sure you have. It's everywhere. Which is a good thing. It's good to be aware there's a problem out there. However, the problem is when you hear it all the time, it starts to become cliche. It starts to become something you just kind of take less seriously, and you kind of make fun of it, and everything becomes bullying. And, it can become a joke if we're not careful. The reason it's become such a big deal over the last 5 or 6 years is not because bullying itself is new. It goes back probably to caveman times. There was probably one caveman bullying another caveman over a lion pelt or something. Okay. What has changed in the last 5 or 6 years? We're connected all the time to the outside world, to each other. And that changes things because a lot of times we feel like our problems do not stay behind the door. If we're having trouble with somebody else, we're exposed to it 24 hours a day, Saturday to Sunday, vacations, things like that. And so when we see things explode here, those of us who investigate bullying cases, usually there's been an underlying feud, or there's been an underlying text message thing, or Facebook thing, or Twitter thing going on for a while. And then
Has a lot of sex.
Slut.
A slut.
Tramp.
Okay, hold up. Slut, tramp,
Prostitute.
prostitute, whore.
Lady of the night.
Lady of the night. I like that. I like that. You can't really see these. Okay, I'll read them out loud.
Holes all open.
Holes all open.
I mean, all holes open.
Okay, can we get some more words? Slut, tramp. I heard prostitute.
Harlot.
A harlot.
Skank.
Skank. Yes.
A public bathroom.
That's harsh. Okay. Anything else?
Airport.
Airport. Wow. This group is really creative. I like it. What else? What else? A woman that has a lot of sex. Just keep saying it. Yeah. Just keep. Okay. Yes. Bad words. I know. It's fine. Yes. See, I hope they see race because I would get that if they don't. Yes. Any other words?
It's her own property.
Own prerogative. It's like I think you're her own prerogative. Like any other words? I've heard. You've heard of trash. Words to describe this person. Adjectives. Any? Slutty. Well, I mean they have slut. Loose. And
Easy.
promiscuous. Easy. Okay. I think at the very beginning, I was supposed to tell you that if you, at any point in time you got uncomfortable, you could leave the room. I think I skipped that. I'm not sure if I did, but I said it for the last class. I'm sorry if I didn't say it for you. So for guy, what would you call a guy that has a lot of sex?
A player.
A player.
A pimp.
A pimp.
Landlord. Sex addict.
Sex addicts. Last class I had the word sexaholic.
Maniac.
Nympho for sure. Last class we had manslaughter. That was good. Any other words to describe a guy who has a lot of sex?
Lucky.
Lucky. Yes. That was clever. Last class we had boss. The man.
Rich. Legend.
A legend. See, last class they didn't have that, and I told them, and they thought I was weird. I'm not.
Walking STD.
Any other things? Words? Adjectives? Okay, so that's not a good description. Is that good? Do you think that's a complete list? Yeah? Player, I guess playboy. Player, those are the same thing, right? Okay. So now we can look at the list. Yay. So can you see how for women a lot, if not all, the words are very degrading? Very insulting. So, I mean, yeah, they're kind of creative, but none of these are positive, you know? Like a lady of the night, I would call that neutral. It's a nice word. It's kind of sexy, but it's harmless. Okay. I like that. But other than that, being called a whore or a tramp or a skank or loose or easy or trash, I mean, all of these words, public bathroom. All of these are very degrading. They're very insulting, minus this one, which is neutral, I would say. Right? For men, you get player, boss, legend, lucky.
The man.
Yeah.
All these are pretty either neutral or they're actually pretty positive.
Sex addict. I would say the to specify that it's a man. So you kind of, like, the word is bad, but it's usually related to women being bad. So like whore would be just women. You would expect women instead of just a person who has a lot of sex. Right? So a prostitute or a whore, like say a person that sells their body for sex, for money, right? You automatically assume it's a woman, and like whenever you say it, you have to specify, oh, it's actually a man whore, not a female whore. Right? Yes?
For like prostitute, you wouldn't have to say female prostitute. Well, you could, but it would be women in it.
Yes. Okay, so we can get how people are expected to like fit into one box. Whenever you fill out a form, what really pisses me off is when they ask for your gender, they only have male and female. And what they're really asking for is your sex. But, you know, they sort of like say gender, and like people who don't identify as male or female, then they don't have anything to check off, you know? And then what happens when you don't fit inside that box? How do people treat you?
Suggested.
Shout out. Examples of how they would treat you. How they would like not accept you. Yes?
Understand you, participate.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, yes.
Like trash. They shun.
Yeah, they shun you.